Hello and welcome everybody. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at MATIC. We've had a bit of a move down last night and we're going to evaluate, do we think that this is the start of a bigger move to the downside, or do we have some more upside potential? I want to say thank you for watching this video, and if you'd like to show your support, please smash that like button, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. This really helps the channel out. Feel free to comment with any feedback you may have below, and while you're down there you can find a link to our Discord. Really, it's free to join. You may as well come have a look, see what we have in there. If you have any questions, just mention a member of staff and we'll be happy to help you out. Also in the description below you will find an affiliate link to BYBIT. This is one of the best exchanges to use in our opinion. Whether you want to leverage trade or just spot trade, it really is a great exchange to use. Okay, so let's get into this price action. So we can see we've been respecting this channel a little bit here, and we were looking for this as a zigzag to the upside in this option, where we're looking at this as a corrective move. And basically what that means is once a corrective move happens, we continue to look for the trend to continue to the downside in this instance. So we were tracking this as a 5-wave move, and basically what we're looking at here is so this was a 5-wave move in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 up into these highs, a 3-wave retracement, and then 1, 2, 3. This is a triangle, and then a 5th wave up into this high. So there's two ways of counting this really. We can count this as a completion into this high here, and then this is just a corrective move of an A, B, basically an A, B, C down into this area, or actually it'll be a W, X, Y, because we have 3, 3, 3, and then we'd be looking for potential to move to the upside here. Though we have to bear in mind that we have 5-wave moves here, so what we need to just be aware of is that we could be looking for potential to move down in a bigger 5-wave move. So basically what I'm looking at here is the potential for us to move down in this green 5-wave move here. Though looking at currently at this structure here, we could potentially be completed. However, we would be looking, if we look at this as a flat correction into this point rather, then this would be basically, we would be within the 3rd wave now. Currently, it's not looking like we have to drop down again, because we'd have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We might have an additional 5th wave in here, which might look to retest this 8665 area. If we actually pull a fib off of this, let's have a look. So between this 8663 to 8592 area. So it is possible we could look for another drop to the downside here. And basically what that would be is that this 2 would be here, and then, sorry, no, this 2 would still be here. And then we'd be looking at this as a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we'd be looking at this as a 4th wave to come down into this zone here. However, should we drop below this 3508 area, we'd have to then start looking at this as a 5-wave move off of this point here. And what we would be looking for then is an additional 4th and 5th wave. So if I just quickly measure this up, if I measure it just on that, we could look for a move back up to the previous lows set here, and then continuation to the downside. Let me measure this off again. And basically what we'll be looking at is a final target. I'll clean all this up in a second. A final target here between 8411 and 8305. So if we're going to develop as a 5-wave move like this, then basically we would be looking at this as a potential end point. So let me get rid of this. Let me get this right on the money here, and also right on the money there. So that would be our potential 5th wave location if we continue to drop. If we move back above this 0.9199 area, that would invalidate the chance of this 5-wave move playing out as we've got shown here. And finally, if we move it back above this 0.9452 area, it would invalidate any kind of an impulsive structure that we have off of this zone. And we would have to just look at this as a corrective move at that point. So what we would be looking at here is to see if this is completed here and it isn't going to develop into a 5-wave move. So let me just remove this off here. So if we look at this and we just have this as a, if this is completed into this low here as an ABC, then basically what we could potentially be looking at is to continue within this channel and have a bit of a, and it could potentially look to be a double zigzag with this as a, this is an A wave, or say this is a W wave into this high, this is an X wave, and then what we'd be looking for is an additional A, a B, and a C to the upside here. So the one-to-one of this first zigzag would be this 1.0803 area. So potentially we could see some more upward momentum here, which could look to take us up to this 108.03 area. Though we need to be mindful of the fact that we could start to break down here as well. If we develop this as a 5-wave move to the downside here, then we would need to watch this retracement back up and see basically whether we get rejection and we carry on failing to break back above this 09452 area, in which case we could be looking to move down further and progress within this green wave 3. And basically impulsiveness for that would come at crossing the 04844 area. If we move down below that, we would be having a bigger impulsive structure to the downside here. So that is what we are just being mindful of for downward action. I can sort of plot out this 4th and 5th wave, but it's not really worth it until we get the correct subwave counts within here, because this could actually be further down and we might get an extension within a wave 3 or something like that. So it's only partly accurate doing it that way. The other thing I'm being mindful of is we do have this potential that we could be forming a triangle in here, and this is actually just an A, a B. This is a C wave into here. We get a D and an E, and then we look to break down. Though we would only have confirmation on this by moving back down into this trend line at. So actually, let me just draw a horizontal ray across this, if I get one there. So moving down back towards this 0.7624 area. And then basically that would be a zigzag to the downside. Then we'd be looking for a move up and a continuation down. Though we only get confirmation on the D wave. So basically what I mean by that is, if I mark this up quickly, we have this would be an A wave, a B wave, this would be a C wave, a D wave, and an E wave. And then we could potentially look to break down. We wouldn't want to break this low set here of this, if I just mark it up. So the 7640 area. We wouldn't want to break below that 7640 area. If we break below that, that would invalidate any potential of a triangle. So that's what we're looking at. But we've got this potential for a bigger correction to the upside. And as long as we stay above this 7624 area, we can continue to look for some potential upside here. It starts getting a bit less likely if we break below this 0.8042 area. If we break below that, then basically we start to become, it becomes less likely that we're going to see anything worthwhile developing off the back of this, and this is probably just going to roll over. And we have, so basically that would then look to start that 3rd wave. So if I flip over here to this option here, let me go full screen on this. Basically with this option, what we're looking at is the potential that we could have this as a flat correction in here, where this is just an A, a B, and then we're looking to form a 5-wave move up here. And that would just be looking at this whole move as an A, a B, and a C wave. So the thing with this move is what we would really want to see. So what we'd be looking at here is the potential that we have this is a wave 1, 2, and then we're looking for a wave 3 to the upside. So the impulsive trigger for this would be $1.11.89. for the current area. Though we could look to move a little bit further down, maybe towards this 8609 area, should we fail to hold this low here at 8710. So if we fail to hold this 8710 area, we could look to push down and just retest this trend line and this potentially this 8609 area as a 0.618 retracement. If that happens, then what we would be looking for is some movement to the upside here for this $1.11. Once again, that's all depends on whether we can break out of this channel that's previously given us support and resistance. So if we look to break out this channel, then it's possible we could be forming this third wave. Though, should we, like we showed in the other option, should we just grind across and continue to stay within it, then it's possible we could just have a different kind of a corrective move within this, and then we're still going to look to break down. For the time being, like I said, this first impulsive trigger will be this 1189 area. This impulsive trigger here is off of this green. Actually, if I just change the color here, let me make this one yellow so it's easier to understand. So this yellow impulsive trigger is this one here. So let's change that to yellow too. Actually, there we go. So this would be the impulsive trigger of this, but because we've had this structure develop here, actually for this to become an impulse, we would need this to become impulsive first. So what we're doing here is just basically sort of trying to identify early potential for a breakout. These aren't guaranteed, and these are, we would have to stay above the 0.8042 area and the 0.7640 area for each of these potential moves to play out. We've bounced right into the support zone, and that support zone is a fib relationship to this move to the upside here. So it is possible that this is just a completed zigzag, and we could look to start developing a move to the upside. Though that being said, we would want to see some volume and some more impulsiveness out of this move if it is actually following this wave count, because effectively would be in the third wave of the third wave, which should have a lot of volume, and it should be quite a vertical move. It should be quite powerful and strong, and it should break through this trend, this channel line, should it develop. Basically, if we just start grinding around in this, it's less likely that we're going to be forming this impulsive structure to the upside, and that either this is a completed correction here and we're going to start to break down, or we're going to find support and then just move along within this channel potentially, and then look to break down at a later stage. So that's all the things that I'm currently watching. Basically, these levels are important. Any kind of a break below 0.8042 and 0.7640 eliminates any kind of an impulsive structure that we might have off of this move, and we would have to look at it purely as corrective, and then we would be just waiting for that that continuation to the downside. It is possible it's already started, and that we have this 5-wave move here as the beginning point, and that we start to progress, fail to move back above these highs of 0.9199 area and the 0.9455 area, and we just continue to move to the downside, basically just maybe moving up, retesting these areas, moving away, fourth and a fifth, and then basically once we start to break down to those points, it becomes more likely that we're actually starting that next leg to the downside. So like I said, the smaller time frames are looking all right. The hourly is coming up quite quickly, though. The 4 hourly still got a lot of room to the upside on the stochastic. The 8 hourly has a lot of room on the stochastic. The daily is starting to lower down. So yeah, we just need to keep an eye on these and see how these react to react to the price movement, and if they slowly grind up with very little price appreciation, then it's possible we're just going to carry on rolling over and look to progress these moves to the downside. Though, should we get some volume come in and we start to get some impulsiveness off these lows here, then it's possible that we could be looking to some of these more bullish options. I want to just say thank you for watching the video, and if you enjoyed it and you haven't already, please smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope everyone has a great day, and until we meet in the next video, keep safe out there, everyone.